Well, hello and welcome everyone to Sunday Leftovers, where we sit down and talk a little bit about the teaching from the day before. But today is actually a special Sunday Leftovers. We're not going to do that. I have the great pleasure of introducing you all to our new head pastor, Drew Williams. He joined us this weekend. Sunday was his first Sunday with us, and today's kind of your first day in the office, just doing a couple things, and then you'll be in, getting trained, getting ready to go for the rest of the week.
And I'm only here for a little bit today because I have to run to Chicago to pick up my family from the airport. But we are excited to be getting into the zone of things, getting into this new community and new Midwest pace of life. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. So Drew, I just want to take today and just give you some time to introduce yourself. So you're going to go pick up your family. Tell us about your family. Who's your family made up of, and what are you guys about?
So I'm married to the love of my wife. The love of my wife?
The love of your wife.
Yep, I am the love of my wife. I'm married to the love of my life, Megan. We've been married for just over 8 years, and I always tell the story that Megan and I met in college, and she would not give me the time of day. And then we became friends, and we played music together and stuff like that. But we were just friends, and everyone else thought we had something else going on. But I had resigned myself to the fact that she was never going to give me the time of day. So I was like, no, we're just friends. And so now looking back, I realized that it only took me 5 years to wear her down and get her to say yes to going on a date with me. And so then we were engaged and got married. And then a few years after that, almost 4 years ago, we had our first daughter, Emerson, our first child. And she is incredible. She's spunky. She's got way more personality than me, which is saying something because, I mean, I was a theater major in college, and I'm the oldest child, and I'm okay with being the center of attention. But she is a light in our family. Wow. She also has found every single button I possess and knows how to push them. But I think that's just because she's probably very much like me. She's the spitting image of her mom. And even finding pictures of Megan from 3 and 4 years old, they look like clones, which is really cool. But she's very gregarious, like me. Unless she doesn't know you, then she's very shy until you get to know her. So, but that's been lots of fun. And then we also have a son, Oliver, who just turned 1 year old. And I will say that I thought I was ready for kids. And then we had Emerson, and I just didn't know what I didn't know. You know, the first diaper I had ever changed was Emmy's diaper. I just didn't have experience in the realm of parenting or things like that. And so I just apparently was assuming I'd be good at it or ready for it. And
no, you're never ready for it.
No. I'm learning that now, you know. But like we just learned so much through that process. But I also learned, I was like, oh man, with what we have going on, and both Megan and I were both working full time at the time, and you know, and then the pandemic hit, and it's like, I just don't know if we want to get into lots more kids or not. And so then when we had Ollie, I was very worried, and no kidding, and some of you know this, going from 1 kid to 2 kids.
Big change.
That's no joke. That's no joke. You know, it's not just like, oh well, there's 2 of us and there's 2 of them. No, it's as if, you know, the stress multiplies or the heightened anxiety multiplies because now there's 2 kids crying or something like that. You know, but also the joy multiplies because now they're giggling together, and it's wonderful. But he has been a very, very chill baby. And I've been grateful for that. Like very low maintenance, very easy smile, and very, very easy to take care of until right now, because in the last week he's like so close to walking on his own, and he's just getting into, for the last couple of months, getting into everything and stuff, and he's so curious. And so I remember that from Emmy growing up, and that's a fun, exciting time, but it's also like, oh no, like I can't just like put you somewhere and you're still going to be there. It's, you know, so we're in that phase. We're tired all the time. You know, so, but I haven't been with my family for a week, and I miss them terribly. I'm so excited to just pick them all up in a big hug today. So, So it sounds like music's been a big part of you and Megan's life together. Talk
Talk to us about that. What do you and Megan like to do together? You like playing music together? What do you guys do on your downtime?
Sure, yeah. Our friendship started around music. We even had a little band for a while after college. And some of our friends that were fans of the music were like, when are you guys going to come out with another record? And we're like, we're busy having kids right now. Like, we don't have time, kind of stuff. But, that was definitely a first love of ours. And worship music. Both Megan and I started our careers in ministry, helping with music ministry. Cool. And we both just have a deep heart for that. And so, but that's not necessarily something that we do in our downtime. That just has been kind of a core of our relationship. I'd say in our downtime right now, there's lots of just kind of like laying still and just recuperating from the day or whatever. Yeah. But the things that we do to get rejuvenated is we like to explore new areas, or try new restaurants, or go check out this park, or this little museum, or this kids thing, or whatever. We like kind of experiencing new things like that. Both Megan and I enjoy doing things with our kids with other people.
Okay, yeah.
And so Megan has found a lot of life being part of a mom's group.
Cool. And
whether that's with the kids at the park, or if it's just like a mom's kind of outing and something like that. And then same for me is finding some other dads to kind of like say, hey, let's go to the park together, or let's go get ice cream together, something like that. And there's life in that. There's camaraderie in that. That's rejuvenating for us. But yeah, I mean, for Megan and I think another thing that we really do enjoy doing, and hope to do a lot of here is host people in our home and have people over and share some good food and some laughter and stuff. Megan's got a real big heart and a gift for creating space for people to enter into, and I just like to talk, and so it's kind of that's a good
works out well.
That's a good connection there. So, but yeah, I think for us, getting to know people and getting to know places are just really meaningful to us. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So, talk to us a little bit about you got you've been pastoring in a church for a little bit as associate pastor. Even before then, for years, you were in ministry, serving in all sorts of capacities, and then now you're moving into this new phase of life where you're leading a church, kind of being the head shepherd of the church. You're coming together with a team of staff and leadership team and ministry leaders that are already here. Talk to us a little bit about what are your passions in ministry, and what do you hope to see over the next several years here at New Life?
Yeah. I think for me, there's nothing quite as exhilarating as seeing someone realize that they get to play a part in what God is doing. I've experienced that in my own life of, when, whether it was early in my career of doing youth ministry for years, and when you actually get to like, wow, I'm making a difference in this kid's life because of what Jesus is doing in this kid's life, and I get to be a part. Like I'm joining Jesus in this moment, and there's something great about that. Or we've had a couple experiences on like mission trips or serving trips, where it's like, wow, there's these disparate people that have come from all these different areas that are now unified. This oneness that Scripture talks about. You actually get to see it, and it's like, and we're joining in with the mission of God in this place, and that is exciting. And so then that's what's really drawn me to pastoral ministry, is being able to journey alongside other people and help that happen in their life. And so I love pointing out where God is already at work in someone's life, and having them just be like, oh, I get to be a part of that. That's so cool. And so that's a huge passion of mine, is just having every person realize that they have a part to play in the kingdom of God. And it's not a have to.
Right.
It's a get to. Like we get to join in what Jesus is already doing. And so that was one of the things that Megan and I were so excited about when we were in the process of talking with New Life and praying about coming out here, because it's clear that Jesus is at work in the Sauk Valley. He is doing stuff in this church, but in the community as well. And I just want to be a part of that. And I want our whole church to grow in our eyesight, to be able to see where God is at work in the schools, in our neighborhoods, in, our interactions at the grocery store, and just going, okay, God, how can I join you in that? And so on an individual level, I want to work towards having every single person that calls New Life part of their family. I want all of us to realize that we get to be missionaries in our everyday life. We get to be a missionary to our family. Yeah. We get to be a missionary to our neighborhood. We get to be a missionary to our workplace. And that's not like oh no, it's this burden that, I'm supposed to hand out Bibles now. I'm supposed to, say things. It's like, no. Like when a missionary goes to a place, they go to just learn the culture and serve the people. When Jesus sent out the 72 disciples, he said, point to God and serve people. Like that was literally, so it's like, we get to join what God's already doing just by serving people in the places where we already live, work, and play. It's kind of it's common to say in our church and stuff. And so that's on a personal level exciting. Yeah. And then like corporately, like I just see not just New Life, but New Life being a part of what God's doing in the Sauk Valley of like making sure that every single man, woman, and child has a daily interaction with Jesus. Wow. Yeah. And that's going to happen through not just Sunday services or great life groups or awesome youth groups, though we want to do those things. Yeah. But it's going to happen by people recognizing that they get to join Jesus on Tuesday morning too in their own neighborhood. Right. They get to join Jesus on a Thursday lunch in the break room. They get to be a part of what Jesus is doing at the t-ball field or at the soccer field, just in interactions that are happening. As we can grow in that, and as we partner with other churches to actually reach our whole community, because, I mean, like, I get excited thinking about it, but Jesus loves Sauk Valley way more than any of us do.
Yeah, that's right.
And we just get to be like, okay, so what do we get to do? Right. How do we get to reveal your goodness and share your grace and help other people know that they get to be part of the journey as well? And that's part of what, we were talking about in the sermon just this last Sunday as well, of like, that's the whole life. Yeah, that's right. Transformation.
Listening to God and hearing that call to turn around.
Right. Yeah, and it's just realizing too that like, when we follow Jesus, Jesus doesn't just want a part of our heart. Like he actually wants the whole thing because he's actually gonna. I mean, Old Testament prophets talk about like the heart of stone becoming a heart of flesh, like an actual living thing again.
Yeah, he makes us new.
Right. Yeah. It's not just a part. It's not just a piece. Oh, but I like the rest of the stony heart. Yeah. I'll let you have this, and that's so often what we do. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly where we go. Okay, Jesus, I'll give you this part of my day. I'll give you this part of my life. I'll give you this part of my finances. But don't tell me what to do with the rest, though. Yeah. Can I hold on to this? And, I mean, Jesus in his grace, he goes, sure, you can. Yeah. I'll let you. Yeah. But it's just us holding ourselves back from this life.
My goodness, yeah.
It's the older brother in the story from the sermon. Yeah, that's exactly it's going, I don't want to go in. And the father's like, I mean, I'm not going to force you to, but come on in. Yeah. Yeah, the party's in here. Yeah, right. And so we God lets us hold ourselves back. Yeah. But it's not the new life he wants for us. Right. So that's just, I mean, and I'm in that journey myself.
Sure.
Constantly going, oh no, here's another part of my life. Yeah. I didn't realize I've been holding this back.
I haven't gave that up yet.
And it's just like, I don't want to, like I'm holding on to it for a reason, or I like the way I control, or, no, this is my downtime, or, oh, this is my hobby, or my vice, or my, guilty pleasure kind of thing, whatever it is, But, I mean, Jesus is gentle, and he's patient.
Yeah, but he keeps calling.
And he keeps calling. Doesn't give up on us.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, that's so great. I'm so excited to have you here, Pastor Drew. It's been a long time coming. We're really, really glad to have you here. So one last question for you. As you guys are moving from a very populated, busy part of the country to now a very sparsely populated, not busy part of the country, what are you most looking forward to moving into the Sauk Valley as it's going to be so different than where you were before? What are like some of the things you're most looking forward to moving here?
I'm looking forward to my kids get to grow up with a childhood where it's okay to play in the yard and
Yeah.
go down to the creek and, things like that. I had some of that myself growing up, and so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to building deep friendships. I mean, my wife and I we're looking to put down roots here and build family here with other people, friends who feel like family. And so I'm looking forward to kind of lingering conversations on the porch.
Yeah, cool.
I'm looking forward to that second cup of coffee with somebody, and also I'm really looking forward to being able to make a tangible difference in an area. In a place like the Sauk Valley, already I can tell the people who are here just have such pride in being here, and I feel that pride already, even being new, of being like, yeah, I'm proud to be here. I want to help make this place better.
Yeah.
I want to help, have this place reflect goodness and beauty, and I want to support, all the local things we have here. I want to see how can we rejuvenate, some downtown areas or something like that. Like, how can we partner together, do that kind of stuff? Right. So I'm looking forward to that kind of, really just, is it the Isaiah passage that talks about, setting down, or it's Ezekiel?
It's Jeremiah, yeah.
One of those prophets. You settle down roots and you pray for the flourishing of the city.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That God has put you there for a reason, not only for yourself to flourish, but for the whole city to flourish.
Right. Yeah.
And that is a way that people go, something's going on here.
Right.
Maybe God's at work here.
Yeah.
People who don't even know God yet.
Right.
And I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I mean and I think that's really something that my wife and I have noticed too, being here the last 4 years, is, this is a place that that you could see as you labor and work in it. You can see that it's creating the goodness. You know what I mean? If there's 60,000 people or so in the Sauk Valley area, like, that's like we actually can reach every single person.
Absolutely.
We are able to.
Yep.
And I just think that's such a beautiful thing. And there's so many people here who, like we were talking about this weekend as we were hanging out, like there are people here who want to be here, want to stay here. Young people who leave, go to college, and then come back here to work here. And to me, that's such a great benefit to be able to do exactly, that Jeremiah passage of take roots, own property, grow gardens, pray for the flourishing of the city. Yeah. Because when the city flourishes, we flourish as well. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Pastor Drew, we're so glad that you're here. It was great to hear from you on Sunday. We're looking forward to a long, long co-laboring of ministry together. So awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. And thank you for joining us this morning, getting introduced a little more to Pastor Drew. This Sunday, I hope that you'll join us. We're going to have our Harvest Festival, so we're going to have lots of activities for all ages, and Pastor Drew's family will be here that Sunday, so we'll be able to get introduced to his wife, Megan, and their 2 little kids, and welcome them to new life and to the Sauk Valley. So hope that you'll join us there. The Harvest Festival is after the second service. We'll have lunch together and then just have a big party. So hope you join us there. Thanks again, Pastor Drew, and thank you guys for joining us, and God bless, and have a great week.